Okay, welcome back. Last time we challenged Misty at the Vermilion City gym, won our second badge. Then we also went and fought our rival. Then we made our way up to Bill's house. Now that we've come back from Bill's, we can go through this house, which has a giant hole in the wall, and fight this Team Rocket grunt. We need to fight him on our way to Vermilion City. So, off we go, let's fight this guy. Hey, stay out, it's not your yard. Huh? Me? I'm an innocent bystander, don't you believe me? No, not really, buddy, because you kind of just were standing in some random family's backyard when you'd actually just, blown a hole in the back of the house. Okay, so this guy has a Machop and I believe a Drowsy, and I am just going to peck my way to victory. And hopefully we'll learn a new move soon. Because, I'm gonna be totally honest, as much as I do like Nidorino, it's not really doing a whole lot on the damage front. I would love to even just have Horn Attack. I know I get Horn Attack eventually, but currently we aren't really getting a whole lot of use out of it. Headbutt! That actually did quite a bit. Okay, that's not great for me. And we got hit with Hypnosis. What is my luck? Genuinely, I feel like I've been hit with Hypnosis and, Supersonic quite a bit in this playthrough so far. It's kinda dire for me. And that is Confusion, which hits for, honestly, nowhere near as much damage as I thought it would. But hey, that's fine. And we got Hypnosis again. How? How have I managed to be hit by double Hypnosis? Okay, Garuda, it's on you, buddy. Please do not get Hypnosis. Okay, goes for Disable. I'm just gonna peck and win this battle. Fantastic. Great. I'm gonna run back to the Pokemon Center and heal. Mostly just to wake my Pokemon up, because, yeah, that's a pain. Okay, I'll return the TM I stole. So now we have TM28. Fantastic. I better get moving. Bye. Okay, so what is TM28? Normally it's Dig. It is... That's Flamethrower? Okay, that's kinda nice. Big fan of that. Okay, I like that. That's good. I figure what's lost is lost. I decided to catch a Pokemon that could Flamethrower without the TM. Okay, and what does this girl have to say? Team Rocket must be trying to dig their way into no good. I mean, one, that is true, but two, I'm kind of glad that they didn't change the dialogue to mirror... I'm kind of glad that they didn't change the dialogue to mirror the change to the TM, because then it would be, I'm sure Team Rocket's trying to Flamethrower its way into no good. I mean, yeah, generally the man with the Flamethrower probably is up to no good. And I'm just gonna leave it at that, because, you know, I don't know what I'm on about, I'm gonna be totally honest. Also, I kind of had a awful realization earlier, and I checked the level up movesets for my Pokemon. Spearow would have learned Aerial Ace at level 25, but because I didn't get that, okay, that's dupes, but because I didn't, basically because I evolved it before it learned Aerial Ace, Fearow is not going to learn a new flying type move until level 40, which is, a little while off, to say the least. Okay, Pack does a little bit under half to this Meowth. So now we can catch this Meowth, and hopefully I can catch this Meowth. And it won't be going on the team straight away, but I think I might actually use this, because I do quite like Meowth. It's one of those Pokemon that's not amazing, but I do quite like it. And I am apparently getting nowhere with trying to catch this thing, so I'm going to switch out to Oddish. I still haven't named Oddish. Also, as always, my names for things are not great, I think. So if you have any recommendations for names, please tell me them, and I will take them into consideration. Okay, I say that I am recording at least a few episodes ahead of time, so I'll take them into consideration. Whether or not they will actually be reflected in the playthrough, that is up in the air. Either way, we now catch ourselves a Meowth, which is very nice. I don't really have a name plan for it, but let's have a quick look-see. It is impish-natured. Okay, that's not bad, actually. Impish is plus physical defense minus special attack. And realistically, we probably aren't going to be using a whole lot of physical special attacks on Meowth, mostly because it does have a higher physical attack stat, even though it does actually get access to a ton of moves. Now I get to see here. Hi, do you have a male Nidoran? Want to trade it for my Clamperl? Okay, yeah, I'm glad I kept my Nidoran and then evolved it. And also, if I go, I think it's east? Yeah, it's east outside of Vermilion City. There is another trade I can potentially do, where they will ask for a Nidorino. So I will also go and check that out, but I probably, like, unless it's something amazing, I probably won't go for it. But hey, we'll see what it is at least. Like, realistically, what's the harm in knowing what I could potentially trade it for? Because realistically, if I'm offered something that is just like a massive degree better, then I'll take it. Like if they're like, hey, I'll give you a Kyogre, yeah, I'm taking the Kyogre. If they offer me like an Electabuzz, I'd consider it. If they offer me like a Salamence, I'm taking it, obviously. But if they're like, I'll give you a Sunflora for it, then I'm not taking it, because Sunflora is unfortunately kind of garbage. Also, does this Butterfree actually attack? Like, does this Butterfree actually attack, or does it exist to solely try to be annoying? Because it's landed Sleep Powder, it's landed Supersonic. Do you not have confusion? There's Sleep Powder again. Okay, so here's the thing. I can't use items in battle. I mean, if I gave it a berry, it would be allowed to use that, obviously. But otherwise, I can't use items in battle. And I don't think I have anything that really resists I don't have anything that can't be confused. And while Brute Root would be immune to the Sleep Powder, it could also get hit by the Supersonic. And I want to get as much EXP as I can onto Nidorino, mostly because that level cap is looming, and I don't want to get there with Brute Root or Garuda too fast. However, for my own convenience, and not getting annoyed, I am going to switch to Garuda right now and just peck this Butterfree. If that had landed, if that Supersonic had landed, I would have been livid. Not actually, but I would have been metaphorically livid. Okay, we learned Poison Sting on Xiao, so let's get rid of Leah for that. Realistically, I probably should have gotten rid of Focus Energy, but honestly, I'm not using either move very much, am I? Okay, so also I should note that I do have I did consider adding Rhyhorn to the team here, but I ended up deciding against it. Even though I did find a TM for Earthquake, which would be super good, but I just decided against it for now, just on the off chance that it died. I mean, obviously, there's always the risk that a Pokemon could just die. Okay, Peck did 7 damage. Hopefully I can get rid of this Spearow. Okay, 2 hits from Double Kick, nearly takes it out. Fury Attack misses, that's huge. Now just land Poison Sting, and that probably takes this out. Fantastic. There goes that Spearow. Fantastic. In comes Raticate, and no. Okay, we lived. Okay. It's going to go for Quick Attack. I guarantee it, it's going for Quick Attack. It's going for Quick Attack, so I go to Garuda. I'm a bit less worried about Garuda hitting the level cap, mostly just because if it goes over, that's not that big of a deal. Partially because the next gym is electric type, so realistically, I'm not going to be sending Fearow in. Like, if I do, something's probably gone wrong. And now that we've actually reached Vermilion City, we have plenty of things we can do around here. Okay, I'm the fishing guru. I simply love fishing. I can't bear to go without. Tell me, do you like to fish? Grand, I like your style. I think we can be friends. Take this and fish, young friend. So we now have the Old Rod. Fishing is a way of life. It's like the finest poetry. From the seas to the rivers, go out and land the big one, my friend. Okay, so this guy is, sending us on our fishing journey. However, that is not the main reason I chose to get this now. Because if I didn't, I would be missing out on a potential encounter. Okay, so first things first, I also want to talk to this lady here. The urge to battle with someone you've tangled with before. Have you ever felt that urge? I'm sure you have. I want to battle certain people over and over again too. So I've been giving these away. Please take one. So, we now get the Versus Seeker. Basically, we can now charge the battery on it, and then we can just re-battle trainers. It's one of my favourite items in Pokemon. It's barely in any games, but I'm a huge fan of it. I love that item. I think it's only in this and Platinum, I think. Okay, so this is the chairman of the Pokemon fan club. I raise more than 100 Pokemon. I'm very fussy when it comes to Pokemon, I surely am. So, did you come to visit and hear about my Pokemon? Good, then listen up. My favourite Rapidash. And he just goes on and on about his Rapidash. Oh, look at the time. I kept you too long. Thanks for hearing me out. I want you to have this. Okay, so now we have the bike voucher, so we can go and get the bike. Take that bike voucher to the bike shop in Vermilion City. Exchange that for a bicycle free of charge. Don't worry. My favourite Fearow will fly me anywhere I need to go, so I have no need for a bicycle. I hope you like cycling. I mean, so this is where I get to drop a little bit of branch lore. I actually never learned how to ride a bike. Also, this girl will ask if we have a Spearow. Want to trade it for my Grovyle. Okay, Grovyle could be a kind of nice Pokemon to have. However, gonna be totally honest, I already have a couple of grass types available to me. So, as much as I do like Sceptile, I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Even if I find Spearow, I might... Because I know on this next route I can go and find a Spearow, I might still pass on that. Also, what does this say? Notice, Route 12 may be blocked off by a sleeping Pokemon. Detour through a rock tunnel to Lavender Town. Vermilion Police. Okay, so, now, on this route, we can find Ekans, we can find Drowsy, and we can find Spearow. Our encounter is an Ekans. Fantastic. This is actually what I wanted. So, once again, and pretty much, as I introduced a couple of episodes ago, when I catch a Pokemon that is exclusive to one version of the game, I flip a coin, and if I get the heads, I keep that version's one, but if I get tails, I flip it to the other ones. One. And so, because I already have an Ekans, I'm going to say, because I already caught one, flipped heads and got Ekans, I'm going to catch this as well, and to say that that counts as going for tails, so I will switch out this Ekans, and instead it will be replaced by a Sandshrew. And, gonna be totally honest, I am really happy to potentially have a Sandshrew. Partially because I just love Sandslash, and also because I've wanted to use one in a playthrough for ages. But hey, first things first, I need to catch this Ekans. And fortunately for me, this shouldn't be too difficult. 1, 2, 3, click, got it. Fantastic. So, basically, in the next episode, that Ekans will be replaced with a, whatchamacallit, a Sandshrew. Okay, we got a rare candy from Meowth. So we have a hasty Ekans. So basically, pretty much, the way I'm going to approach this is to keep it fair. I will keep the IVs, I'll keep the nature and everything. I will just transfer that over to a Sandshrew. And give it the moves that it would naturally have at the level that it's at. I mean, in between episodes, I'll probably have done some training for it, so it'll be a bit stronger. But yeah, pretty much that's how I'm going to do that. And we find an escape rope. I also came all the way over here, mostly because I want to go up here and talk to this guy. Because they will offer us a trade. I'm looking for the Pokemon Nidorino. Want to trade one for my Politoed. Okay, so here's the thing. Also, this guy gives us, I think it's the Item Finder? Is it the Item Finder? 30 species, I'm supposed to give you the Item Finder, yeah. I'm going to pass on that. But basically, I'm going to pass on that trade, because unfortunately for me, this is a game where Politoed, being a trade evolution, it just doesn't learn any more moves. and therefore I feel like I would be at a disadvantage if I actually got it, because while I do have access to some really strong TMs, that's basically all I would have, and that isn't exactly ideal when I also have access to a potential Nidoking, which is also really strong. And realistically, I'm also in a position in this game where I have where I have access to no shortage of strong water-type Pokemon. Like, by the end of the game, I'll have access to potential Gyarados, potential Poliwrath. Actually, back in Vermilion City, back there was the person who would normally trade a Poliwhirl for a Jinx. That Jinx was randomized to a Vaporeon. So, yeah, I could potentially get a Vaporeon, I could have Gyarados. I'm going to put Garuda out front here as I quickly enter into Diglett's cave, and we are going to catch ourselves a Diglett real quick. I mean, it's entirely possible that I encounter a Dugtrio, but I'm not going to count on that. And I don't have Cut, so I'm not going to go through the entire cave just yet. Okay, here is a Diglett. It is level 19. So pretty much next time, in the next episode, I'll probably come through Diglett's cave in its entirety, and then probably just run back. But for now, I'm just going to kind of avoid it. Also, Diglett having Dig is very helpful to me, because I can actually use it to get out of this cave. Also, 10 out of 10, this was the last gen where you could do something like that. This was the last generation where you could do that. Okay, I'm going to use Peck and hopefully not knock it out in one. 10 out of 10. So basically, in Generation 4, they changed it. If a Pokemon was using Dig, Dive, or Fly, you wouldn't be able to catch it anymore. You'd have to wait for it to be back on the ground. But here, even if it's underwater, underground, or whatever, you can still just throw the ball and it'll go in. And we now have a Diglett. Fantastic. Will we be using this Diglett? Absolutely not. I probably wasn't going to use it anyway, but now that I know that I have a potential Sand Slash, yeah, we're going to be using that instead. Going to be totally honest, I will probably come into the next episode with the Sandshrew at like level 20, and then it'll probably just wipe through the gym, and then go up to level 22, where it will evolve into Sand Slash. So basically, I will be introducing Sandshrew in the next episode, and it will basically immediately become Sand Slash. Okay, so welcome to Pokemon Center, let's quickly heal up and get on this boat. To be totally honest, this boat may end up being an entire episode all unto itself, but hey, actually, no, I'll stick with it. I will do the boat today. Okay, so I'm going to move this Ekans over into box 13, because that needs to be sorted out and dealt with. Now, I am also going to bring Zubat with me. Now, you may be thinking, but Branch, why are you bringing Zubat? What's the point of doing that? Simple answer is, it's death fodder. It is death fodder if I need a switch in. So I'm also going to avoid getting my encounter in Vermilion City itself for now. I'll come back here later once I have Surf. Okay, welcome to BSSN. Excuse me, do you have a ticket? So now we show them a ticket. Great, welcome aboard. So now, this is officially considered as the SSN. So now, we just pull out the old rod, throw it in the water, and wait for a bite. And this may take a couple of attempts, but we are guaranteed a Magikarp here. And Magikarp means we are pretty much guaranteed a Gyarados, and Gyarados, as basically everyone knows, is kind of insane. I mean, I say that. Okay, so I will fully throw my hands up and admit this. Yeah, Gyarados is super good. I just don't like it very much. Like, Gyarados is super good, it's super cool, I just don't like it. Like, I've never really liked Gyarados all that much, and I don't really have any legitimate reason as to why not. Also, not the Pokedex saying that that Magikarp is basically worthless in terms of both power and speed. It's like, it has base 80 speed, what are you on about? Okay, so we are going to work our way from the lower deck. We're going to work our way from the lower deck all the way up. So hopefully this won't take too long, but it might take a little while. And while I'm here, I will also put some time into leveling Oddish. Also, I'm going to be totally honest, so in between episodes when okay, all my Pokemon are from the sea, got it. So yeah, basically, in between episodes when I'm doing my training, I do actually sit and do all of the training. Like, I just run around in the grass and do all the training that way. However, it does take a little while, so I have considered giving myself the lucky egg for it, and I don't know if that's okay or not. I feel like I should, I feel like that's fine, because realistically I'd be getting even less EVs because I'd be getting more experience. So, I don't know, I'm just kind of throwing the statement out there, like, I might give myself the lucky egg to make training faster in between episodes. Like, I wouldn't be using it in episode or anything. But hey, like, I don't know. To be totally honest, I just don't really like using all the rare candies. Like, I know I could just, you know, drop them into the game and just give myself, like, 1,000 of them. But I don't know why. It's just never really clicked with me. It's just something I've never really enjoyed. Maybe it's just because... Maybe it's, like, me having a JRPG player brain now, and it's like, oh, I'm actually quite enjoying grinding. I say that, but, I recently played SMT5, and I ended up doing a fair bit of grinding in that. And mostly because when you get to... Like, you finish one bit, and it's like, hey, I'm, like, level 50-ish, like early level 50s. Then you get into the next area, it drops you in, and it's like, okay, here's some bosses, they're all level 70. Which, to be fair, sounds worse than it actually is. Also, Oddish will evolve at level 21. So for now, Oddish, while not officially on the team, is actually going to be soaking up a ton of experience on this boat. And that doesn't quite finish him off, but we should be okay. Icicle Spear! Oh no! Okay, that's only 5 damage per. That's fine. That's fine. That did nothing. That did very little. Thanks, Shelder. Actually, I think Shelder is... Yeah, I think Shelder is an exclusive Pokemon in whatchamacallit, Firered. So later in the game, we could potentially get a Shelder. However, that'll be a coin flip, because that could also flip over to being a Staryu. And I'll be happy with either, to be honest. Mate, you're walking the plank if you lose. I mean, 1, this isn't a pirate ship. 2, I'd like to see... Yeah, I would like to see your identification to, you know, show me the credentials that say you're allowed to do that. And 2, this is like a passenger cruise ship. No, that's not happening, buddy. Okay, so, we just peck this Machop. That will be 2 more hits to bring it down. Okay, so I'm going to be totally honest, I don't know how many people are on this boat. I know that there is a rival fight. I know there's 2 or 3 people out on the deck. I know that there is a couple of people in... And then yeah, I think there's like 8 or 10 more trainers on here or something. Either way, we are going to be beating them all. When we're out at sea, jellyfish Pokemon sometimes drift by. I was going to make you my assistant too. Okay. Well, no. Thanks for the offer though, I guess. Okay, so, even though sailors have Pokemon too, I mean, I would hope so, like, Pokemon are cool, and also, I imagine, you know, having, like, a Machop or something probably helps with, like, dealing with sails and masts and stuff. So the following statement may be incredibly obvious. I don't know much about boats or, like, nautical terms. Like, this probably isn't a surprise to anyone. But yeah, nautical terms are not exactly my area of expertise. Okay, that's Poison Sting. Please don't poison. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I love it when I don't get poisoned, especially after episode 3. Which, I want to apologize for, by the way. Ooh, Sleep Powder. Okay, let's get Sleep Powder. I'll get rid of Poison Powder for that. So I now have Stun Spore and Sleep Powder. Realistically, Stun Spore is what I'm going to be using in a... Like, more often than not, Stun Spore would be the one I go back to using. Now, Staryu comes in, we switch back out to Oddish. Also, yes, I am fully aware that despite having not added it to the team officially, this Oddish probably has had more this Oddish has probably had more screen time than most of my other Pokemon over the last episode and a half. But hey, what can I say? I like Oddish. I mean, I say that this Oddish is getting a fair bit of attention, but if I ever lose Brute Root, it's going on the team immediately. Like straight up, if I ever lose my Bulbasaur, well, my Ivysaur, hopefully it'll live long enough to become a Venusaur. If I ever lose that, this will probably be becoming Vileplume, and it'll be going on the team, 100%. Like that. Okay. I think I'm gradually whittling it down. And, like, I know I win this battle of attrition, but this is gonna take forever. Okay, if it goes for Recover again, okay, thank you for cooperating. Genuinely, if it had gone for Recover again, I was just switching to Ivysaur and was just gonna hit it with Vine Whip. Because Vine Whip would probably have just taken it out, because I'm pretty sure Ivysaur hits harder than Oddish. Either way, Oddish gets another nice chunk of experience. Either way, let's keep going and grab this. TM44 Overheat! Okay, I can teach Overheat to basically anything then. Okay. That's not a great line. Okay, so, Horsey. This guy has a Horsey, and I'm just gonna hit it with Absorb a few times, and hopefully we can get through it. Honestly, I kinda wish Oddish had, like, Growth or something. But either way, Oddish is pretty powerful, and it will evolve into Gloom 21, I think. And there's the Smokescreen. Smokescreen is such a minor annoyance of a move. I say that, but here it comes, gonna be a major annoyance of a move in a second. Okay, so, honestly, I kinda... Okay, yeah, okay, Horsey, good news, you have forced my hand. Okay, I say that, I've made this personal. Realistically, I should have gone out to Meowth and just guaranteed the kill with that. But hey, I guess I just switched to Brute Root for some reason. Anyway, Brute Root is going to be it's kind of going to be sitting back for the next couple of episodes, basically. And by that I mean it'll be getting a good showing in Rock Tunnel, but after that, it's gonna kinda fall off in usage for a little bit. Mostly because after that, we have Pokemon Tower, which is full of poison types, we have the Team Rocket base, which is full of poison types, and we have the Grass-type gym, which is obviously full of grass types. So, yeah, it might not be the best time to be a Grass-type Pokemon using there. And fortunately for me, I have a new ground type available, and I have a flying type available, so I should hopefully be able to get through those without too much hassle. I did get a TM for Psychic, so I could probably teach that to Ivysaur though. I probably won't need to, but it could be cool to have a Psychic Ivysaur. Which, actually, now that I think about it... Okay, yeah. Okay, he lost it. Sea Pokemon live in deep water. You'll need a rod to fish them up. And we found an Ether. Fantastic. But yeah, so, now that I think about it, oh, what's it called? It's the one with the Delta Pokemon. I think it's Insurgents? Okay, this man's Sailor's pride is at stake. I'm gonna end this man's entire career, oh no. Okay, so, yeah, basically, whatchamacallit? I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, in Insurgents there's Delta Pokemon, and I think the one for Bulbasaur is, like, Fairy Psychic. So, in a sense, if I teach it Psychic, that's kind of authentic to that fan game. I think that's a cool little detail. Okay, so, Oddish is about to hit level 19. However, I also need to be a bit careful here, partially because I'm running out of Absorbs. Fortunately, I think I should get Mega Drain sometime pretty soon, which will have less PP, but it is also like twice as powerful. And there goes level 19 for Oddish. 10 out of 10. Welcome to the team, Oddish. I say welcome to the team. I say welcome to the team like Oddish hasn't been here. Like, Oddish hasn't been here for the last couple of episodes. Realistically, it's been more of the team than my starter has for the last couple of episodes. Mostly because I've been trying to kind of wane off using it because because I'm worried about the level cap. But obviously, I'm less worried about the level cap on a Pokemon that I'm kind of just saving for later in the game as a backup. And realistically, I also do have plenty of grinding to do regardless. However, that is a Tentacool, so I'm going to switch out to Meowth. Hopefully it just goes for Supersonic. Constrict. Only hits for 2. I'm going to... Wait, I shouldn't have gone for Bite there. Because Tentacool has really good special defense. I should have gone for Scratch. Scratch will hit for decent damage, I think. Okay, you know what? Considering we have a 7-level disadvantage, that is still somewhat okay damage. However, I definitely need to switch Meowth out. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to switch Meowth out. Okay, back to shall we go? Okay. You know what? Since this is episode 5, and it's like the end of the week episode, I think I'm okay with making this one go a bit longer. So we are going to be making quite a bit of basically, we are going to be doing quite a lot in this episode. We are going to be doing the entirety of the SSN, I guess. You know what they say about sailors and battling? What, that you aren't very good at it? Because you guys all have, like, the same 3 or 4 Pokemon. Like, I know that we're playing Gen 1, I know that you're kind of limited in your options, but come on, buddy. Okay, that still only does 5 damage per hit, so that's a maximum of 25, you know, barring crits. So, 10 out of 10, we should be okay here, because Shelder can't heal itself. That brings me back all the way up to nearly full health. A second Absorb will finish it off, and it just withdraws into its shell, so it isn't going to be doing any damage, and increasing your physical defense doesn't protect you from special attacks. 10 out of 10! Great work, Oddish. Let's keep going. Fantastic. Oddish hits level 20, and does not learn a new move. However, I do need to switch Oddish out, because Oddish is now out of PP, but I don't think there's any trainers left on this floor. My buddy Machoke is super strong. He has enough strength to move big rocks. And we found a super potion, thanks. Thanks, buddy. I hope you don't mind me just stealing that super potion from you. Okay, so I know that in one of these rooms there is... Okay, no, it's not that guy. I know that there's a nice... It's this lady. Fantastic. Great. You look tired. Would you like to take a short rest? Yes, I would. Glad to see that everyone is looking refreshed and chipper. So I'm going to be totally honest, that was the first time I had ever seen a term chipper used to, like, describe something like looking healthy. Okay, this guy, I'm but a solitary traveller. My sole companions and friends are Pokemon I caught on my journeys. I think this guy has a Growlithe. I mean, in general, these guys tend to have Growlithes. I think these guys tend to have Growlithes, and periodically, whatchamacallit, Vulpixes. But generally, they pretty much always have Growlithe, which I guess makes sense. I feel like Growlithe would be a good Pokemon for, like, a wealthy person to have. Partially because it's just a kind of cool looking one, and 2, Arcanine is just a very kind of... I don't know, I feel like Arcanine would be a Pokemon that a wealthy person would want to have. Okay, it drags out Oddish, and I can't really do anything with Oddish here, so we go right back out to Shao, and just probably peck our way to victory. Okay, there's Valia. Valia is not going to do a whole bunch, so we just kind of kick this Growlithe a couple of times. I feel so bad for having to do that. It's gonna be totally honest. Out of almost every Pokemon, I always feel bad having to fight a Growlithe, because I love Growlithe. It's so cute. Like, Growlithe is one of those Pokemon that I just absolutely adore, and then Arcanine is... God, I love Arcanine. Arcanine is one of my favorite Pokemon. Which is weird, because it's like, hey, this is a Stone Evolution Pokemon, and Stone Evolution Pokemon are kind of inconvenient. But at the same time, okay, big crit, thanks, Shao. Oh, also, I should have probably just gone through stuff. Basically, if I haven't gone through them already, Root is named after the Venusaur from the first Pokemon movie. Garuda is named... Okay, so Garuda is, I think... Okay, that's a lot of damage! So Garuda, I think, is like the king of birds in... I think it's like Hindu mythology or something? Apologies if I'm wrong on that. But basically, I went with that, and also because in Digimon, Garudamon was the final form of, like, Biomon. I know that the way Digimon works, there's, like, I know that, you know, there's, like, a lot of branching forms. Like, evolution is not a straight path like it is in Pokemon. And this guy gets mad immediately. You insolent pup! How dare you barge in? It's like... Okay, buddy, calm down. It's not that serious. And obviously, Shao, our Nidoran, is named after Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat, which admittedly maybe doesn't quite work just yet, but I think once he becomes Nidoking, it kinda works. Like, I think that kinda works once it becomes Nidoking. I did toy with the idea of naming it Reiko, because... Well, Reiko is also, like, a character in Mortal Kombat. Either way, I feel like I needed something that was, like... I don't know, I feel like for a Nidoking, I needed a name for it that kind of exuded power, and I kind of just defaulted to, well, Shao Kahn is, like, one of the fighting game bosses. And also, you know, he serves as the Emperor of Outworld in Mortal Kombat, so... That counts as a king, right? Okay, and... Man, people in this game love having both Nidorans. I mean, I guess it makes perfect sense. Why would you just want to have one? You'd obviously want to probably have both. I think there's actually a couple later in the game, because obviously this being the remake, you do have double battles. I think it's actually just north of where the Snorlax is here. I'm pretty sure there's a couple in this game somewhere that has a Nidoking and Nidoqueen. I think there's also an episode in the anime where, I think it's like Ash and May lose a battle to a couple who have a Nidoking and Nidoqueen. Okay. Waiter, I'd like a cherry pie, please. I'm not a waiter. I'm on this boat, but I don't work here. World cruises are so elegant yet so cozy. I always travel with Wigglytuff. I never leave home without it. Okay, hello Wigglytuff, how are you? Don't mind me just walking that wall a few times. Don't worry about it. Okay, so. Now, you can just dodge around these kids, but I'm not gonna bother. I collected these Pokemon from all around the world. Yet you still only have Gen 1 Pokemon. Okay, so... I collected these Pokemon from all around the world. Throws out a Pidgey. Oh dear. Oh dear. I mean, realistically, that is still kind of valid. Because, like, you find Pidgey in Kanto, you find Pidgey in Johto, you find Pidgey in Kalos. I think you can find Pidgey... No, you can't. Can you find Pidgey in Alola? I think you can. And then I'm pretty sure you can also find them in Paldea. Okay, you know what? That statement is not as incorrect as I may have initially thought. Either way, we just kind of pack and keep going, I suppose. Now, hopefully we don't get knocked out by a bad crit, because that would be pretty bad. I really do not want to lose my Nidorino. And in case you're wondering, hey, when are you going to evolve it into Nidoking? I don't actually know. I should... Wait, I couldn't have dodged that. I love Pokemon. Do you? Yes, but... Man, if Game Freak have not made that difficult the last few years. Like, I do love Pokemon, I really do, but man, Game Freak don't make it easy sometimes. But hey, I'm still holding out. I'm still hoping for the best with the new Legends game. I say that, I still haven't played Legends Arceus, don't tell anyone. It's on the to-do list. I promise it is on the to-do list. I just have like a bazillion games on that to-do list. Okay, double kick won't do too much. And now I can just peck my way to victory. Then we just run back up that corridor, have a quick little rest, and Garuda will be safe. And Garuda also is my first Pokemon to hit level 22. Meowth should also learn Fake Out, I think, sometime soon, which would be pretty handy to have. Wow, you're great. Thanks. We're cruising around the world, my children and I. Okay. TM31, that contains Sludge Bomb. Wait. That's Brick. Please tell me I can teach it to Nidorino. I can't teach it to Nidorino. So, here's where I get the very annoying thing. I think I could have taught that to Beedrill. I'm pretty confident in saying I could have taught that to Beedrill if Beedrill was still alive. But hey, that means Brick is Sludge Bomb, so I could teach a good few Pokemon Sludge Bomb now. And that could come in super handy late game. Well, later in the game. Because Sludge Bomb, it's a powerful move, but unfortunately Poison isn't a great type in this gen. Shh, I'm a global police agent. I'm on the trail of Team Rocket. They're up to nothing good. Okay. I mean, you ain't looker, but okay. Okay, now, here's the kitchen. You, Mon Petit, we're busy here. Out of the way. Okay. Also, if I pronounced French wrong there, sorry. I saw an odd berry in the trash. I wonder what it was. Ahem. Indeed, I am le chef. Lemon in courses. Ils au barbecue. The guests will mutiny, I fear. Yeah, I would. I'm busy. I'm so busy, I'm getting dizzy. You have to give me room here. Okay. But I only get to peel onions. Okay, and we find a Chesto berry. Okay. Did you hear about Snorlax? It's a glutton. No other Pokemon eats and sleeps the way Snorlax can and does. And now we find a Cherry berry. So well, this next one will be a Pecha berry, right? I peel Spuds every day. And that is a Pecha berry. Also, for people who may not know, a Spud is a potato. So, yeah. That's my information today. This ship, she's a luxury liner for trainers of the world. At every port, we hold parties with invited trainers. Okay, so now we can quickly head on out here. Our captain is a sword master. He's awesome at using cut. They say he even teaches cut to Pokemon. Okay, cool. So now we have 2 or 3 battles out here. So Oddish can get a little bit more screen time. I feel ill. I got seasick, so I stepped outside to get some air. The party's over. The ship will be departing soon. Ahoy there! Are you seasick? No, not really. We are still in port. 1, we are still in port, and 2, I am not going to be on this boat when it leaves the harbour. Also, I guess a little bit more branch lore, I suppose. I really don't like boats. Like, I am uncomfortable on boats. I mean, I say that, I've only ever been on one, like, once or twice. I just don't like it. I think it's because I think it's partially because I really don't like the idea of open water. And also, no, like, thalassophobia is, like, deep water, right? Because I'm also not a fan of that, but I've also, you know, never had to really deal with it. Although, in games, I'm usually okay with it. Like, in games, I'm totally fine with boats. In games, I'm totally fine with deep water and stuff. Probably because I'm pretty good at going, hey, that's a game. I'm totally fine here. I mean, at the same time... Actually, yeah, because, like, I was fine playing Ocean Hunter. Actually, I guess this is... I don't want to call it an announcement, but I guess it will technically be one. At some point, Ocean Hunter is getting an Arcade Assault episode. I will play Ocean Hunter on Arcade Assault. Because Ocean Hunter is really good, but I also need to find a bit more of a practical way to do it. Mostly because, well, I tried playing it on, like, Model 3 emulator. Mostly because the game never got a home port. But basically, it was one of those games that, like, by the end of the game, my hand hurt from having to just move and click constantly. Because it's, like, 40 minutes long or something, and, yeah, like, it was pretty much non-stop. But I do think Ocean Hunt is a fun game, so I am looking forward to doing an Arcade Assault episode on it. In other, I guess, Arcade Assault-related news, I've been trying, I really have, to get Maze of the Kings to work, and it's just not happening. Like, I tried on multiple different emulators, and I somehow just couldn't get it to work. Like, I had one emulator where I had all the files and I could set up the controls and everything, but I couldn't load the game. Then I had another one where I could load the game but couldn't set controls. So if I could find a way to fuse those together, I might be okay to play Maze of the Kings. But, ultimately I kind of decided, yeah, I'll wait it out, I'll solve that one at a later time. I say that, I haven't, like, I kind of spent, like, a few hours just messing with it to try to figure it out. Like, okay, so I should also note that there is, like, an archive.org page where you can just load the game, but I don't know if it was my internet or what, but, like, it took ages to load, and when it did, it was running at, like, 2 FPS, which obviously, 2 frames per second isn't exactly what you want for any game. Okay, so, now we can continue moving on through the SSN. We're nearly done, actually. We just have a few more rooms. I've journeyed far and wide, but in all my travels, I've never seen any Pokemon sleep like this one. It was something like this. Oh, hang on. That tells me that one of those Snorlaxes is a Houndoom. That's huge news, because that's a potentially really good fire type. Check out what I fished up. Mr. Fisherman, do you mind? I'm getting hype. Okay, Fisherman Dale. Fisherman Dale, look, I'm really happy for you. Glad you fished up these Pokemon. Good for you. But I just learned that I can potentially get a Houndoom later in the game, and I love Houndoom. Actually, have I used a Houndoom in a playthrough before? I think I have. I think I had one in Platinum for a little while. Like, I'm dead certain I must have used one. No! I had one in X and Y. What am I talking about? I had one in Y. It lived for ages. It lived for ages, and then I lost it in a very, very stupid manner. I think it got like double-edged by, I think it was a Leafeon, and died in Victory Road. Yeah, that wasn't exactly my best, that wasn't exactly my proudest moment of gameplay, let's just say. Also, by the way, I have a rival fight coming up at the end of this episode, and I am worried about it. I'm worried about it because this will be the first time he has Charmeleon, and, actually, does he have Charmeleon? I think he does. I think this is the first time they have their evolved starter, because otherwise their starter would be like level 20-something and wouldn't be evolved yet. I'm pretty sure it's evolved. Either way, I am a little bit worried about it, because I'm always a little bit worried about rival battles in Pokemon. That's just kind of how I am sometimes. Either way, we just take out this Gouldine, and we are good to go. Fantastic. Xiao goes up to nearly level 22. And we now just have to fight this one more guy, but Oddish is quickly going to evolve, so now we have Gloom. Big fan of Gloom. Less a big fan of this sprite for it, but I do quite like Gloom. Even though... okay, I like Gloom, but it's, like... I like Gloom, but like with a lot of Pokemon, it's kind of just that middle evolution that I just don't like as much as the previous or final evolution. Either way, that is pretty decent. And Gloom is generally pretty nice to have. Meowth has an item, it has a Rostberry. Okay, so that could actually come in handy here. Competing against the young keeps me youthful. Okay, old man, let's see how this goes for you. Do you have a Growlithe? No, he has a Pikachu. Yeah, I feel like gentleman people in this game all have, like, Pikachu, Meowth, or Persian, and Growlithe. Like, some combination of them. Or Seal. I think they also have Seal sometimes. That was quite a lot. That was quite a lot of damage. I'm not too fond of that. I don't like that. On the plus side, we can nearly get rid... Okay, one more, that brings down the Pikachu. Quick Attack hits for 8. Okay, 10 out of 10. We bring down the Pikachu, nothing to worry about here. That is static. That's nothing to be worried about, but it's something to be minorly inconvenienced by. Either way, Xiao now hits level 22, and wants to learn Horn Attack. Very good. We are going to get rid of Focus Energy and learn Horn Attack, because we now have a move that has higher than 35 base power. I know, I'm as amazed as you are. And now I'm going to quickly run back and heal, because... Also, that guy gave me a ton of money. And to find some Stardust, so we can sell that for 1,000. Actually, okay, that's 4 more rooms. I think there's like 3 trainers. Small trees can be chopped down using the move Cut, but remember this, Cut is an HM technique. Once learned, it is not so easily discarded. Ah yes, I've seen some Pokemon that ferry people across the water. So that tells us about Surf, which we will get much later on in the game. Okay, this guy has... Which do you find more worthy, a strong or a rare Pokemon? What if I had a rare, strong Pokemon? Because, realistically, I feel like that's what Ivysaur counts as, right? It's pretty strong, and starter Pokemon don't really occur naturally often in the wild. Okay, so let's switch out to Garuda, because if I go out to Xiao, I think that is probably going to get it killed. And ideally, I do not want to get any of my Pokemon killed. That would be bad for me. And now we Fury Attack. 1, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits brings it down. And of course, we only roll the 3 because I have terrible luck. I feel like I just have the worst luck consistently when it comes to ruling. When it comes to like, hey, you can get multiple hits, I feel like I never get the 5. I feel like I always fall short on getting the maximum number. And Ponyta, okay. Ponyta with the Quick Attack. I remember when Pokemon Diamond was new, I was playing it, like... I played it with my friend, and we had a battle, and I massively caught them off guard, because we'd just gotten to, like, Veilstone City, and I taught my Ponyta Fire Blast, and that caught them off guard, and yeah, I just won from that. I must salute you. Okay, thanks, buddy. Thanks for the X attack. Okay, she will also fight us. I don't believe I saw you at the party. That's because I wasn't there. Well, that's because I wasn't there. I just walked on this boat like 25 minutes ago. Also, hi Dawn, how are you doing? You are not a protagonist yet. You aren't a protagonist for a few games. I mean, I say that basing this on Gen 1. I say that basing this on Gen 1, but if we're basing it on Gen 3, it would have been like the next game. Actually, no, that wouldn't be true, because Emerald was the next game. The next gen, I guess. And if this was in proper Gen 1, she would just be referred to by her trainer class and not by name. Either way, Root hits level 22 and now learns Razor Leaf. So I am going to get rid of Vine Whip in favor of Razor Leaf, because Razor Leaf hits way harder, it has high crit chance, it does have lower accuracy, but at the same time, it's also way more damaging and has like 2.5 times as much PP. So I think we should be good. Razor Leaf lands, probably one-shots Pikachu, doesn't quite one-shot Pikachu, so I can hopefully just land this Tackle, and then we should be good to go. So we are nearly done. We're nearly done. We have a few more trainers, I think, and our rival, but then we are good to go. Oh, we are nearly done with this episode. We're nearly done with the SSN. Okay, so there is 2 more rooms here. Okay. Me and my dad think the Safari Zone is awesome. I wish we could go there again. Have you gone to the Safari Zone in Fuchsia City? There are many kinds of rare Pokemon there. I mean, there's a good few Pokemon that you can only find in the Safari Zone. The captain said he's awfully sick. He was all pale. I hear many people get seasick. I mean, that's true. I'll be honest, I have not been on a boat in a very, very, very long time. But hey! Like, okay, so, I know I mentioned a few minutes ago, like, hey, I really don't like boats. And I'd barely ever been on one. I haven't been on one in years. I think the last time I was on one was, like, a very small, like a kind of just, like, journey across the river tourism one in, I think it was, like, Liverpool. Like, I want to say in 2011 or something. Okay, so we now have our rival battle. And I'm going to lead with Garuda, because I'm going to battle him bird to bird here. Okay, so. Bonjour! Imagine seeing you here. You were really invited, so how's your Pokedex coming along? I like to call it 40 kinds, pal. Different kinds are everywhere. Crawl around in grassy areas and look hard for them. Okay, so. Also, I choose to believe that he says... that you were invited and questions it, because assumably, like, he probably got on by going like, yeah, I'm Professor Oak's grandson. Although, realistically, Professor Oak is... okay, I'm gonna be totally honest. I think in-game, Professor Oak is kind of awful to Green. Like, he's not exactly a good parental figure. Like, he seems very kind of not very bothered about his grandson. And, like, I don't know, it seems like he really does kind of just treat Red like his actual grandson, which is, you know, a bit mean and a bit harsh, but I genuinely kind of feel like that's how they kind of represent Professor Oak towards Green. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Either way, Double Kick takes out Eradicate. Also, say goodbye to Eradicate. This is actually going to be the last time we see our rival have one. And it will be replaced with way more powerful Pokemon next time. He now has a Kadabra that he's going to send out. And this could be pretty bad for me, because Kadabra hits hard. And it has Confusion now. So I switch out to Brute Root, and it hits for... That hit for half! That hit for half! Okay, that's bad. That's really bad. Okay, 32. Okay, 32. Super effective did that much. I think I go a Zubat and just let it die. This may be a bad decision on my part, but I think ultimately for my safety, I would rather let the Zubat die and get a safe switch into Garuda. This way, I feel at least a little bit safer, and now he's just Fury Attack. If I had missed that Fury Attack, though, that would have been horrible. But 3 hits brings down the Kadabra. And that is why Kadabra goes from nothing to very dangerous very quickly. And Garuda has now hit the level cap. I can get it to... I can get it to the end of the bar, but if it hits level 24, I won't be able to use it. 3 hits. Big crit. 4 hits. Do I see 5? Do I see 5? 5 hits. Nearly brings it down. And there's Ember. Doesn't do a massive amount. Does 19. And I just pack. Take out the Charmeleon, and we are good to go. Fantastic. Okay, great. At least you're raising your Pokemon. Yeah, I am. I heard there was a Cut Master on board, but he was just a seasick old man. Cut itself is really useful. Yep, it'll be handy. You should go see him too. Smell ya. Okay, so with that, we can now go up here and talk to the captain. Ugh, I feel hideous. Ugh, seasick. And now we heal this man and seasickness. Whew, thank you, I'm feeling so much better now. You want to see my hidden cut technique? I could show you my prized cut technique if I weren't so ill. I know, you can have this hidden machine. Teach cut to your Pokemon and you can see it cut anytime. Okay, so now that we have that, we can go. Using cut, you can chop down small trees. Why not try it with the trees around Vermilion City? Okay. Hang on, wait. Whew, now that I'm not sick anymore, I guess it's time. The SSN will set sail soon. Farewell until our return to Vermilion City. Excuse me, good sir, how do you know that I'm not going to be on this boat when it leaves? I mean, you're right, I'm not going to be on this boat when it leaves, but still. Also, I'm gonna go and heal here one more time, because, you know, Why not? Why not? Why not let my Pokemon have, like, a comfy cruise ship bed for once? The passengers are restless from this long voyage. You might be challenged by even more bored ones. Bonjour, I am le waiter on this ship. I'll be happy to serve you anything you please. Ah, the strong silent type. I mean, technically he ain't wrong. Red is not really much of a talker. And with that, the SSN sails away, and we don't see it again. Also, I love how it just plays with surf music. That's a great little thing. I always liked the surf music in this game. Anyway, with that, the ship sets sail, we aren't on it, and we return to the sea. Also, basically, I can't go back in here now. The ship has set sail. So we can't go back in here now, which is why I wanted to go and get the fishing rod to catch the Magikarp before I went in. Now, next time, I'll be challenging the gym. So I'm going to go back, heal, and end off today's episode. Yes, I did just heal on the boat, but I'm going to heal again. Why? Just because I can. And also, then I'm going to deposit Zubat into the death box. So I guess I might as well just start wrapping up this episode. So, today we managed to arrive in Vermilion City and cleared all the way through the SSN. So next time, we're going to be challenging Lieutenant Surge. And also next time, I will be switching out... hang on, I can just move these both along. This Ekans will be switched out for a Sandshrew with the same IVs and everything. And then I'll have also probably trained up the Meowth. And yeah, then we'll be making some more progress. So I'm going to save the game, end off today's episode here, and actually end off this week's episodes here. So, thank you all so much for watching, as usual. Feel free to leave a comment and click any buttons down below if you feel so inclined. And I will hopefully see you all next time for more Pokemon Firered. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.